All right. Is our mouth going to match up? Is our mouth going to match up with the audio?
Doesn't matter if it syncs with your mouth. You can't even see your lips.
I was just saying I almost look like I feel it's a Muppet or something. I'm reminding myself of right now.
I'm gonna say you look like Dusty Hill from fucking ZZ Top.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Trailer Trash Talk's Hurricane League Fantasy Talk. We're coming at you in a new way this week. We're trying a little bit different setup. We've got some better audio capture devices here on hand. We're trying a new software program that hopefully will allow me to get this put together faster with better audio and get it out to you, the audience, because that's what we care about here at Trailer Trash Talk's Hurricane League Fantasy Talk.
Yeah, it's definitely not the money from our sponsors, of which we have zero.
We're still looking. We're willing to whore ourselves out for just about anything. So
hit us up, guys.
Yeah, come on.
And we get like at least 12 views, so I mean, that's something.
Well, I think I may actually republish the Country Wop video on this channel. Not that it has anything to do with Trailer Trash Talk or Trailer Trash Talk's Hurricane League Fantasy Talk, but
it did bring in the people.
It brought in some viewers because of that video. Our weekly videos were averaging like 70 to 90 views, which is stupid considering.
Right? Just to prove that we're amoral, or at least I am. You should post the fish funeral video on this one. Like, we could profit off of the death of our friend. That video got a lot of hits.
Yeah, the fish funeral did get a lot of views, but a lot of those videos on that old channel will die when that channel dies because the original was deleted years and years ago. Unfortunately. Unless anybody knows how to rip videos from YouTube. If so, I would love to have some of those old videos saved, for the future. For, what's it called? Not amnesty.
Posterity.
Posterity.
Yeah. Not asses.
Posterity.
Future generations. So maybe asses.
Posterity posteriors. So yeah, trying some new things out here. See what the quality's like and see if it even works. But this is going to be our Week 7 preview video. Anything... Well, I don't guess there's much to recap from Week 6 since we pretty much were in here as Week 6 was wrapping up.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered it all at the end there.
Any thoughts or comments from the past week of activity, league-wise or not, I guess?
As always, even though it never happens, I love to see the attempts. Trades are fun. They don't happen, but they're fun to watch people try and make happen. Because then we get to just crap all over hopes and dreams.
There's no way to know because this, like any good democratic institution, is... I'm struggling for the word. It's anonymous. Anonymous is the word. It's anonymous. So we don't know who these 4 votes were. I speculate the 4th vote could have been Blake himself.
Well,
I'll
say 3 votes are a mystery. I'll go ahead. I'll definitely tell you. One of those was mine.
Well, that kind of destroys the spirit of anonymity. That word's fucking with me tonight.
Look, in America, you are entitled to anonymity. You're not required to use it. It's like your right to remain silent. Usually a good idea, but sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes you gotta tell a motherfucker something.
Yeah.
So yes, he's of course referring to the thwarted trade where Brian was going to brutally take advantage of Blake. It's not only that Brian's taking advantage of people, it's that he's taking advantage of a team that just got his second, I think he's a 3-3 team. He's taking advantage of a 500 team, potentially hurting his chances for the future. And, nobody knows, at this point what's going to happen, but there's absolutely a non-zero chance that Brian trades Hubbard to Blake. I think it's Jonathan Brooks comes back from injury, takes the lead spot job from Blake's guy, and Brian just fucking hosed him. I mean, it's highway robbery. Although I do have to agree with what some people said in the comments. It's definitely not on Brian to voice that to Blake if Blake asks for that,
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I'm only against this from the moral high ground in that far. As far as it goes, I'm with Brian on this one. If he was going to be stupid, go ahead and let him be stupid.
Look, if I were going to be against this, I may or may not have been, because I believe in the spirit of anonymity,
Anonymity?
Anonymity. If I was going to, not believe in anonymity, and I was going to, say, take a side against this trade, it would... Yeah, I fucking voted to me too. It's just because I refuse. Brian fucked us for so long with his and Mitchell's blatant misuse of this trade thing. I refuse to let Brian get a trade through. Refuse. Or Mitchell. But Mitchell's smart enough not to try, at least. I'll give him that. I haven't had a trade go through in a long time.
It's
if
been
I can't
years.
get a trade, Brian's not getting a trade.
No. He can continue to, hope.
You ruined it for all of us. Yeah, I need to just play the fucking waiver wire. Stop dropping all your goddamn draft picks and letting me pick them off. Morgan.
Illiterate. Never mind.
I would be interested to go through the opening day roster because I'm pretty sure Morgan has dropped half or more of his initial draft picks. Like, the turnover on his roster has been incredible. I know the Green Bay receiver and Mahomes, but man, like, he's dropped a lot of people that he drafted, which isn't always a bad thing, but probably wouldn't have dropped Jaden Daniels. I do appreciate that still. I'm not sure I would have dropped Ayuk, bro. Dude was just trying to trade me Ayuk and some other bum for Malik Neighbors, and then he drops him a week later, and I went ahead and picked him up off waivers.
I saw you did that, yeah.
I would have liked to have had Ayuk because he's definitely has the potential to be, a game changer. Obviously not going to play him right away, but, I would have liked to have had him. I'm not trading fucking Malik Neighbors for him, but yeah, it's nice to have Ayuk. What did you think of last night's game? Did you happen to look at any Thursday night football?
The only thing I know is your defense netted you like 21 fucking points, and I'm not.
And $108. I put a $10 bet at noon yesterday that they would score a touchdown, and hot dog, was it the fourth quarter, I think, they had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So that was pretty fucking sweet. I also had another one for $5. I spent a total of $15 last night, made 108, so I mean I netted almost, close to $100. But I had another one for Javonte Williams, Denver defense, and Jawan Johnson to each score a touchdown. Had they each scored a touchdown, my $5 would have been $700. Denver defense and Javonte Williams got a touchdown. End of the game, the Saints finally get into the fucking red zone, and I'm thinking, this is it. This is fucking it right here. Goes to fucking Cedric Wilson, who I didn't know was on the Saints team. That was ridiculous.
That was the sports gods just mocking you.
Yeah, but Denver defense did well for me. I appreciated them yesterday. Javonte Williams also did quite well for Dusty. He have you?
Yeah, what did he have? 28, 30, 31?
I don't remember what the final was, but
let's go to the charts here.
I do know that he played a little bit better than Kamara did last night. And because of that, I think the projection has swayed greatly in Dusty's favor.
Quite a bit. So Williams with 28.1. And Camera got 9.4.
Camera?
If I don't respect you, I'm not going to say your name right.
Call him.
But yeah, now looks like Dusty projected to beat Brian 142 to 131. I'm pulling for you, Dusty.
You know what? I am too. I mean, I would like to see Dusty, get a couple of wins, get himself out of that fucking stockade. I'm pulling for you, Dusty. I mean, nobody wants to be there, but after we saw Blake almost kill you a few years ago, nobody really wants to see you in that line of fire that quick again.
Yeah, I still have some adjacent guilt about that. So.
You're not lying. I've had quite a bit of guilt, and it's kind of left me with emotional scarring too from what happened to Dusty.
And the fact that we didn't intervene, and
we not only did we not intervene, we sanctioned it.
We let Blake do those terrible things.
The only thing that made me feel better about it was, had he died, I didn't pull the trigger, and we were at Brian's house.
Yeah.
The
rest of us could have rolled out.
No, he was never in any danger because Mitchell got the milk out quick. So
yeah.
Oh God!
God bless our dairy industry.
I do believe I still have that video as a hard copy though, so I will be reposting that to this to this one because that was a memorable night for this league. Let's see what some of the other matchups look like this week. Blake and Justin, or Jordan, I'm sorry. Blake and Jordan. It's pretty much a pick-em.
Yeah, neck and neck on that.
Let's see. Oh, Jordan. Fuck, dude. Well, hopefully Jordan has a better option at wide receiver than Tyreek Hill before the end of the week because I don't like the idea of having to play Tyreek minus Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, it's. I mean, I like his running backs. How long could
Tua possibly be out? That man is like a zombie already.
Well, I heard a report today that he may actually be back like next week.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool if that was the case.
Say, they just threw like some bone dust and a snake over him or something, and he pops right back up.
I mean, Tua comes back, that's going to help whoever has Tyreek, which is Jordan. That's going to help whoever has Waddle. It's going to help me with H.N. That's going to make everybody with those players a little bit better. Which that's what I'm really counting on. I need my team to get healthy. I've been struggling through this season, and I'm ready to actually get my starters to be able to play a full fucking game together. I'm excited for that. Excited for that. I don't know. This one literally is a pick 'em. Like, they both have. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, out of all the wide receivers playing for them in this game, I think I might like Tank Dell the best. You got Diggs, but Green Bay has a surprisingly decent pass defense. I mean, and CJ can spread the ball around there, so I wouldn't be shocked if Diggs doesn't blow up. Mooney could go 8 points or 28 points. And Downs, I like Josh Downs, but the issue is that you're getting Anthony Richardson back at the quarterback position, who struggles throwing the ball, so I don't know if you really want to start a receiver that's catching the ball from him.
Also, somebody apparently with an injured toe. Pussy.
So, yeah, I mean...
And if nothing else, I mean... You got Jackson on your side, Jordan. I feel like that automatically gives you something of an edge in there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. These teams are shockingly built pretty similar, it looks like, despite one being... Oh, well, no, they're actually within a game of each other now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty similar. They're pretty similar in record. So, yeah, I'm not making a call on that one. I mean, because it's going to be just... Well, yeah, well, Jordan's going to take it. All right. What you say? Who you,
Yeah, I'm pulling...
All right.
Jordan, I love you, man, but this is more a vote for Jackson than anything else. But, yeah, I think you're going to get it.
All right. So, next matchup we'll look at is Morgan and Mitchell.
This is like two brain cells fighting for third place.
Let's see. Projected Mitchell by 8 points. Morgan. I would probably consider dropping Jerome Ford because he's out and Nick Chubb is presumably going to take over lead back duties at some point, but even if he doesn't, he's going to be enough in the mix where Jerome Ford's probably not useful. I would drop Jake Fields since he's no longer a starting quarterback, and then you also have 2 kickers, 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. And yeah, if you got rid of Fields, you'd be down to 2 quarterbacks instead of the 3 you're at now. There's a little bit of reconstruction you could do on this team. I mean...
I love looking at Morgan's team. It makes me look like a goddamn genius by comparison.
What's your record? Is it tied for Morgan?
Right now, I think it is, yeah.
I will say, this season... This dude has been the king of talking shit when he's like I think all season long, been somewhere between the second and third person that least should be talking the shit. He's kept it going. I respect that. I'm glad to,
Again, most of us are within a game of each other. No one is covered in glory thus far in this season.
Hey, fuck you. I'm 5-1 with no injured or no starters that I drafted actually playing, alright?
Alright, your golden asshole is gonna shit the bed eventually.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I get my starters back and my team actually starts to perform,
I'm going to say your starters are going to come back, and somehow that's going to be a net negative for you. I don't know how, but it will be.
We'll see, I guess. We'll see.
And you may be, 5-1, but I don't think anybody else can make a claim.
Oh, look, I'm 5-1. You have 2 4-2 teams, and while some people may not, 4-2 is 4-2. I mean, there's something to be said for being 4-2 6 games into the season. So yeah, just to not dance around, it's fucking ridiculous that I took a glimpse at the rankings that Mitchell put out. I think he had Jordan ranked like 6th or 7th with 4 wins.
I don't know what kind of drugs they have out where Mitchell is at, but I honestly don't want any of them because...
Well, I think it's that he wants to continue to superficially inflate his team, and since Blake just spanked his ass last week, he bumped Blake somehow ahead of Jordan as well. It is what it is. I think there was a board meeting recently, and we may be getting an update from them, but we'll get to that a little bit later. One thing I did notice about Mitchell's team, and one thing I'll say about his team, at full strength, I think his team is probably as good as anybody's. The problem is if he has a bye or a single injury, I don't know if it's management related or if it's just that he's got so few good bench players, but can't seem to really pull it through if he's got a little bit of adversity. That's what I've seen. Now, it's a long season. He still has a chance to overcome that, but 3-3 with the number 1 overall running back and all of this talent at wide receiver, I mean, that's kind of crazy. Now, full transparency, that is my singular loss on the year. And look, I'm not going to complain that I had in-game injuries yet again that game, and he happened to have some players that had probably their highest score. I'm not going to make those excuses. I had a loss. I'll take my loss, so Mitchell, and like I said, I think at full strength his team is as good as anybody's. The issue is, rarely do you have a football team stay at full strength a whole year long, but yeah, this one, this one realistically, it's probably looking like Mitchell will take. He's got some soft matchups on a lot of his team. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good for Mitchell, though. What say you? Mitchell or Morgan?
I mean, I'm going to agree with you on that one. Mitchell, stop picking on the retarded kid.
Whoa.
How many tight ends does Morgan have?
No, bro, you can't say a fucking hard R. I can't edit this shit. Man. Just fucked us all up. Alright. Moving on. Brian and Dusty. Now, we touched on this game already. Javonte Williams laid the smackdown on New Orleans last night, and Comra, as he's referred to on this show, he had a few catches, and that boosted his score up to 9 points, but dude had 10 yards rushing through 4 quarters. So that's pretty rough. Brian's starting Kirk Cousins this week, but I think that's a safe bet. So he only got 9, so he's counting on Chuba Hubbard to deliver him a good game. St. Brown could get shut down versus Minnesota. They've been surprisingly feisty this year. He's got Deontay Johnson, who should be good for some points, but he's questionable right now.
Let's see, what do we got?
Oh shit! Yeah, if Deontay can't go, oh well, he's got Devontae Adams on his bench too. I'm assuming he's going to bring
ankle, hamstring, and rib injuries.
Who's that?
That's Deontay Johnson.
Oh yeah, so I'm assuming that before kickoff he'll take Deontay out and put Devontae in, and that's going to help him some. And you know what? If he puts Devontae in, I actually think, despite the projection, I'm going to take Brian in this one because I think Devontae's probably going to have a huge first game. Or the Jets might continue to Jets. I don't know. Who are you taking, Dusty or Brian? Dusty's got I mean, he's got Hurts, who should be great, but, Giants are surprisingly stingy defensively. Connor is playing a decent run defense in the Chargers. Metcalf is hit or miss. Hopefully Flowers gives him another 20-something point game. And Aaron Jones is coming back. That should be good, despite the fact it's Detroit. Yeah, I mean, I think Dusty's got some tough matchups, and I think Devontae's going to swing it to Brian's favor.
I'm going to stick with Dusty. Not because of ESPN's projections, which are garbage, but... just Brian's got some weak points. I don't think Devontae Adams is going to be... even if he's good, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to...
well, look...
I don't think they're going to mesh again that quickly.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
They
but
might,
to be fair, Rodgers doesn't have to be good for Devontae to have a huge fantasy outing.
Yeah.
Alright, and then the last matchup to take a look at is you and me, my friend. Dougal County coming in, projected for 135. And my team that I need to make a new name for, but right now my 3-1 team is projected for 157.8. Any thoughts?
Yeah, your projected to win by score went up by almost exactly the points your defense scored. So once these games actually start and London's not going to do as good as they think he is, Kittle's probably going to have a good game. I don't think so.
Can I just read out to you actually Drake London's past few games? 17.4, 18.7. His worst one is 12.4, 33.4, 19.4. He's been pretty solid despite the thought on him. But it also went up because I inserted Malik Neighbors into my lineup and because I put in running backs into my lineup when I had a guy projected for 9 because he wasn't starting anymore in my lineup previously. So yeah, there's a couple reasons it went up. But
good thing I don't believe in ESPN projections.
it is, because your projection system that your proprietary one that you use to base your lineups off of seemed to be knocking it out of the park this year. So
I've been wrong. I would argue I've also been wrong less often than ESPN. Of course, I've only made like 6 calls, so that's a pretty easy bet to win.
well, yeah, no, but I mean, you've got...
If I could have all my people be healthy and play consistently, I could be a contender. As you say, injuries and inconsistency have plagued me this entire season. The pieces are there. I just can't turn them into a proper engine at this moment.
Fucking Yankees are about to fucking lose this game.
Yes!
Had a 6-2 lead, now it's 6-5 with fucking 2 on base.
Who are they playing?
Should be Indians, but the Cleveland Guardians playoffs. So they were up 2-0, went to Cleveland. They had a lead last night, ended up letting the Guardians tie it, went to extra innings, and Guardians hit a massive home run to win the game. So then this game, like I said, they're up 6-2, and then 7th inning give up 3 runs. Now we're still in the bottom of the 7th, 1 out, 2 on base.
Well, I'll be slightly more proprietary to make up for that hard R I let slip out earlier. I just like hearing about the Native Americans beating the Yankees. Something about that pleases the Southerner in me.
see your Cooper Cup and raise you a Malik Neighbors. Coming back. I'm having a strong game. So,
I have no idea who that is.
that is when he got a concussion, was the #1 receiver in fantasy. And I think now after missing 2 games, it's all the way down to like 3 or something like that. I don't know.
Wow.
But,
that's unfortunate.
yeah, a little.
What genius let him go?
No, he was fell very late in the draft, and Brian kept bitching about nobody having drafted him. And well, at first, I must admit, I thought this was a Trojan horse of sorts because he's on the Giants and he's from LSU, so I figured it was that, hometown LSU bias, and then he's on a shitty team with no quarterback. But eventually, when it got late enough in the draft, I was like, fuck it, I can't stand listening to this anymore. So I went ahead and drafted Malik Neighbors. Lo and behold, Brian was right about that one. He should have drafted Malik Neighbors because Brian's wide receivers are shit right now. Like, he's really thin at wide receiver. Drafting Malik Neighbors may have helped in that department, Brian. Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up. Like I said, I believe there was a board meeting and we're prepared to bring those results to you. And that will be in the next video because it's 10 o'clock and bro, we're getting fucking old. But I'm like, man, it's 10 o'clock. I need to start thinking about fucking winding down and shit,
Right, I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I got a bitch fucking Saturday and I gotta get up at 6 something. Yeah, fucking,
It's not even, like, at least when you were a kid and you got up early, you got to watch cartoons.
Well, so I wasn't even thinking that long ago. I was thinking you're thinking kid, like 19, I'd have to get up early, like, when I was cutting grass, and I'd be fucking drunk, from the night before, off of 4 hours of sleep, and somehow waking up at, 7 in the morning to go, I was full of fucking energy. Now, sometimes, I had like a wild whiskey shit that would happen, a little while into it, because fucking wake you up in the morning and go cut grass. I mean, sometimes things percolate and work themselves out.
Coffee, vibrations, it's understandable.
I think me a bit sometimes. Gotta swing through a Wendy's on the way to the next job, fucking park in the back where you can bring that truck and trailer across 7 spots so you can fucking run waddle your way in there, clenching your ass cheeks, and go fucking paint the toilet, It was fun time. I miss being young. Yeah. Anyway, alright, well, I appreciate you all tuning in. Looks like we have a good week of matchups ahead of us. Trying to see if the Yankees gave up the lead yet. God, you may have noticed there was a slight breakage there. That was because I took a break to observe the rest of the 7th inning. But we're back now. The Yankees are still ahead. So
barely.
They're still ahead. Well, again, we appreciate you watching. Wish you all the best of luck. Except this motherfucker right here. You all suck my dick, and an extra special fuck you to my co-host. We'll see you next time. Stop.